Welcome back, guys, to Trails to Azure, where last episode we took on our first support request of Chapter 2, Day 3, Inspection on the Rails, with Lloyd and Noel doing security checks across 2 carriages of an outgoing train to Ored before an accusation of ticket theft was made. As Shin of Heiwei, who was returning to Calvard, assisted in pointing out some lies of our 2 suspects, who turned out to both be criminals. The patrol then continued through East Street as we soon head outwards.
The Erebonian Chancellors are very clever men by all accounts. You know what else I've heard? That fish is good brain food. It sharpens the mind, they say. If that's true, Chancellor Osborne must have eaten them by the basketful growing up. Omega free. What a strange yet folksy image. Just cramming himself full of fish. There's a high probability that terrorists now have their hands on the blueprint for Orcus Tower. Where they might strike from is anyone's guess. I'd like to believe there aren't any openings, but that'd be rather optimistic. Yeah, in a world where people can teleport. That is very optimistic. How come we're doubling up on cleaning duties all of a sudden? Master Catch Puck speaking to Shan Shan again. Even if he did, why do I have to take the rap for it too? Ugh. Oh, I still have to clean behind the counter later too. I'll be done by now if it went for Puck. This is all his fault. Where is Puck? I'm still on Master's hit list of people who might... You're still on Master's hit list of people who might try to flirt with Shan Shan. It's probably making me look after the part-timers just so I don't have any chance to make a move on her. But if that's ever going to happen though, Shan Shan's practically a little sister to me at this point. I've been under Master's tutelage for so long that Shan Shan's like a little sister to me at this point. If anything, I'm keeping an eye out for her rather than having eyes for her. My new part-timers have yet to know their place here at Long now. Even now they can't keep their leering eyes off of my Shan Shan. I'll just have to rig them over the coals until they finally learn their lesson. Far too many men have yet to learn the consequences of letting their eyes linger on my Shan Shan. If any of them were to lay a finger on her, well, I'll leave that to your imagination. Bruce, Shan Shan and I were all classmates back in Sunday school. Even back then, Master would stare daggers at any boy that so much as interacted with Shan Shan. Earlier today, he shot a death glare my way just for saying hi to her. Ah, you'd think he'd trust me by now. It's been like this ever since Sunday school. I wish he'd give me a break. Sure thing, sir. There's about as many people in here as there is in the entirety of history, isn't there? Flip, flip, munch, munch. According to this tourist guide, Crossbell sure has a lot of nice sightseeing spots, eh? Yeah, we've got a new patrol location due to it. How many times must I tell you, dear? You can read after you finished eating. Have some manners for once. I was wanting to put in a good word for Puck and Roost to get a job here, since they're all friends of mine. It's kind of impressive how hard they're working for us. They haven't let Daddy down at all. It makes me proud I recommended them. I'll admit it, the trade conference has my interest piqued. Too bad I'm a working man. I need to finish eating before my break's over. Off you go with your truck then. Remembering that I missed Long Lao one sweep. Whoops. Our braces today. Aris was at Orcus Tower, yeah. Scott's at Armorica Village. Wenzel and Lynn are upstairs. And Aeolia's at St. Ursula. Aros is going to give the main session today a little extra security boost. There's no better man for the job when it comes to protecting those dignitaries. True, it's reassuring to have a neutral organization like the Bracer Guild in a situation like this. There are a few people who can be trusted with a responsibility this large. True, but even if he is the Arios McLean, I doubt he could handle a whole horde of terrorists all on his own. The CPD and CGF's cooperation is just as necessary. I'm counting on you to support him as best as you can. Of course, we'll keep our eyes peeled and our senses sharp. By the way, Tio, Aeolia's going to be pleased as punch when she finds out you're back in town. Give her a little yoo-hoo from me if you see her out and about. No promises. Tio's like, let's dodge. Only dodge. Do not talk. I heard Killika's going to be at Orcus Tower as the President's aide today. You know Killika too, Lim? I sure do. She's a master of the Taido School of Martial Arts. That makes her my elder as a fellow student. After her father passed away years ago, she spent some time as a receptionist for the guild. Never would have guessed she'd go back to Calvard and join the intelligence agency. Now she reports directly to the president. Who knows what she's fully capable of? It might be best to keep an eye on her. Kiseki will be working at the trade conference today. Must keep an eye on her. Indeed. Right, got it. I had a feeling terrorists would be on the move in the Empire right now. Sure thing, we'll be on the lookout for them. Sounds like he's speaking to someone from an Erebonian branch. Alright, well, Brace is hard at work. Never get to play right. The Elite Four may look like they're only playing around, but they take the sport tremendously seriously. Not only do they test new fishing gear, they also survey water quality and observe species distribution. Their dedication is admirable. They're super fish people, then. Crossbell's vast number of high-quality fishing holes has defied my expectations. While it is a pity that this is a landlocked state, the number of species to be found here is to my liking nonetheless. Yes, I mean, they've moved. There's been a fish migration in the spots as well. I do wonder if I can catch Electric Eel, though. In Crossbell again. In the Geofront Sector B. In Crossbell again, yeah, sure. My husband has so much to take into consideration as chairman of the Business Owners Association. He's not getting any younger, though. I really do wish he slowed down a tad. At long last, the main session of the trade conference is finally here. Everyone is eager to read all about it in the next issue of the Crossbell Times. What topics will they discuss? What sort of agreements will they reach? I'll simply have to wait with bated breath to find out. Naturally, I would have loved to attend the conference in person, were it at all possible. For now, I'll simply have to wait with bated breath to learn what the conference brings about. We got a special fish from one E4 site. Did we get any from the others? We got one from each site. It was an emerald from one. And the Tiger Rocky from the other. Thank you! Thanks, game, for having a list. I'd have been a bit confused otherwise. Oh, I guess I should head back for my car. Right, let's go get those outer reaches done, considering there's 2 places to go to that direction. May as well rest as well to get Tio's EP back. But to be honest, it should just automatically rest as we travel. It should be like part and parcel with it, shouldn't it, really? I just got back from the village property a ways down Old Armorica Road. We store farming tools and supplies there, so we can't just let folks wander in all willy-nilly. It's nothing to worry about, though. The place is locked up tight most of the time. Are you saying it's not now? Now that I think about it, we've got a visitor from out of state in the village right now. I think it's the owner of this black truck here. It sure does look expensive. Here. So, this is Armorica Village. It's just as quaint as I've been told. Now then, I ought to get to work. I ought to get to work right away. Let's see, which of these homes is the village chief's? Trying to put my brain to go together, but maybe there's nothing really there. There's just no brain. For generations, Armorica Village has chosen its chief democratically. Right now, the villagers all agree that the current chief's son, Derek, should be the next person to take the role. I can understand why. Derek is serious about his work, and he puts a lot of thought into everything he does. While it's good that he's so concerned about the future of the village, I do wish he'd rely on us a little more. Derek is serious about his work and gives everything he does a lot of thought, but he doesn't need to put the future of the village all on his shoulders. We all want what's best for Armorica. I'll look at the walls more, haven't I? Alright, let's play hide and sheep. And remember, whoever's the creepy sheep can't get you when you're off the ground. Ooh, I want to be the sheep. Wait, isn't the sheep allowed to be off the ground too, as long as it's for less than 3 seconds at a time? Well, that's the first time I've ever heard of a rule like that. Hey, listen to me. I said I want to be the creepy sheep. I was born to be a creepy sheep. Are you going to invade some hot springs or something? Form up into Voltron. Back in Crossbell City, the creepy sheep could climb up on high spots, as long as it isn't for more than 3 seconds. Oh, we got regional rules. I guess that's not how people play in other places, though. I think we're talking about the same game, but the rules are a little different. Okay, today we're playing Stefan's version of Hide and Sheep City Style. That's actually kind of cool to have variation rules and then learn a new variant. I like nothing more than to retire and leave the store to Jake, as you say every time we come in here. But the boy has no motivation. I swear he just sits around all day. If only I had a reason to start caring. My God! Does Jake truly have no interest in inheriting the store whatsoever? Maybe I can find something that would give him a reason to care. You are like the brokenest record we have. Sooner or later, I'm going to have to tell Gramps that I've got no intention of taking over the store. Hearing that would probably break his heart, though. Well, it doesn't have to be right now. I'll keep doing what I've been doing for the time being. Honestly, when it comes to part-time jobs, this one's hard to beat. Pays and I don't have to do much. I guess it wouldn't kill me to keep at it for the time being. Oh, good reasons, eh? Oh, I've got some money now because of that quest. Excellent. A small amount. Not great, but it'll do. There's this guy in a fancy suit and a monocle standing on the bridge outside. Not that it's any of my business, I only came here for some omelette rice. This place makes the best omelette rice, hands down. Say, Seely, how would you like to go to the city with me the next time we get the chance? We've got to see that Orcus Tower everybody's been on about. Oh, I need to help out the inn, though. But I'll tell you what, if you can eat... well played. If you can eat 10 servings of omelette rice in an hour, I'll go on that date with you. 10? Oh, Helios, there's no way I can do that. Oh, just when I finally gather the courage to ask Seely out. How can I possibly eat 10 plates? Still considering it. I really want to go see Orcus Tower, but I've got the inn to watch over. If Keith can manage to eat 10 plates of omelette rice in an hour, though, we have ourselves a date. Is it on the basis that he'll probably let you leave? Because you've already earned money? My father, the chief, will reject any proposal I bring him. He won't even entertain the idea of budging on the issue. Instead, he just rattles off the same old adages over and over again. This is how the village should be. Don't lose sight of reality. But if we keep on clinging blindly to that mentality, Armorica will slowly and quietly fall apart around us. I'm at my wit's end here. If the chief won't listen to reason, it's simply a matter of time until this place hits rock bottom. My wit's end here. Come on, Derek. You know for a fact that the chief would never just shut you down without reason. Oh, I know the reason. He doesn't like a single idea that comes out of my mouth. Why else would he just sit back and watch the village go downhill like this? I know things are tense, but I think what you need is to slow down and have a sip of coffee every now and then. Derek feels just as responsible for the village as Chief Tolter. They've got their fair share of worries to go around. I think I'll treat him to a cup of my special blend while he's here. Ooh, special blend. Is it sweet chocolate, is it? I don't know. To be eaten with a lover. Earlier while I was checking out a book in the city, I also bought the latest volume of an ongoing series I've been reading. It wasn't until after that I realized I somehow missed a chapter. I don't want to spoil myself, so would you mind taking this off my head? Wait. Wait. Great. Thank you. Question, sir. You do realize you don't have to open the book. And then you could buy the one you've missed. And then you could read the one you've already bought versus buying it again. Now, I'm not saying I'm unhappy with the result of your choices, but they're fiscally very poor. The book I bought today is called Women Who Changed the World, an interesting read to say the least. It's about the historic achievements of various women across the continent, starting with a knight named Liane. I always had a hunch that women were the stronger sex all along. He's been bossing me around for as long as I can remember. That just sounds to me like you're an unreliable father. Why don't you head to the library and try giving it a read yourself? I already have. I'm in the area for a request, so with the main session looming, I decided to make a quick patrol. Everything seems peaceful around here, though. Well, everything except Chief Tolter's rocky relationship with Derek, those two have me pretty concerned. That counts as a matter of governance, though, Armorican governance, which means the guild's code prevents me from interfering. Nothing else to say. Wait, I should probably keep checking just in case they do add a book. I can check via the... You know, the thing on the side, can't I? We already got this? Yes. helping Goffan clean the inn today. He's been so supportive of me and Stefan that I want to lend a hand however I can. Where is Goffan's wife? I don't know who's who, really, when I think about the familial relationships. Falcom talked to me about the village's orbital truck. Thing is, even if we do everything we can to keep her running, she's bound to break down one of these days. Falcom loves that old girl like she was his own kin. I hope he doesn't get too choked up when the time comes. The village's old orbital truck is on her last legs. Using the old girl's bad news and we don't got the mere handies to spring for a new one. It's gonna be hard to break to the chief. How long do these orbital cars last? Sometimes the fruit and vegetables from the field come out misshapen. They won't sell that way, so they end up getting shared around the village instead. Maybe odd on the outside, but that doesn't make them any less tasty. Getting free produce saves us quite a bit too. I just don't get Seafolk. Why would you not buy something this tasty just because it looks a little odd? Even better, put it in a mold and then you can sell it for a premium. Square pears. Who wants a square pear? The true Japanese way. Good old square pear. Oh, it's all shiny then. It's just the wall. Custodians become reliant on imported foods while our youths leave the village and shrink our workforce. This village is facing monumental issues, but that doesn't mean I can simply accept Derek's reforms without a second thought. As chief, I have a duty to protect and preserve Armorica's traditions. Only you could understand that. Change is not necessarily a good thing. Derek needs to understand this to follow in my position. It's basically a war between conservatism and progressive ways of thinking in this family. Derek and Tota's argument last night might have been their worst one yet. Things became so heated that I couldn't do a thing to calm them down. What is it going to take for those two to get along? Honestly, I'm at the end of my rope with those two. Look, if they haven't got the relationship built up in the first place to be able to survive what is essentially a difference in politics, it's kind of done. I don't know. It seems to be like a major thing nowadays that very much is a family splitter. Kind of got to put the work in to have a good enough relationship, or just manage to... Because you can actually have a relationship with people that think differently than you. It's very hard for people to actually respect people who think differently than... So it's very hard for people to have those relationships too. They say the Noble Carp is an elusive catch, so how is Copper managing to reel in so many of them? God, is his training paying off already? I can't let him outfish me like this. I got one. Hey Lloyd, did you know this? Apparently you get some weird title whenever you take down one of the Elite Four. I beat Narcissus in an Angler's Duel yesterday and he started calling me a crazy wave rider. They may be our enemies. Well, I'll admit, it's a pretty fun idea. I beat Narcissus in an Angler's Duel yesterday, so I guess that makes me a crazy wave rider now. What? Okay, don't let it get to your head there, mister. It's, not as cool as you think it sounds, is how I'd look at it. Not really. Whoa, I caught another Noble Carp? These buttes are supposed to be pretty rare in Crossbell too. Oh, I knew it. Something's definitely off around here. I feel like Noble Carp have become much more common than they used to be. What's going on with Crossbell's ecosystem? Are they really that much more common? Pretty sure it was a deluxe dumpling that got it right. Of course, I just get carps. Crappy old carps. Boo. Alright, Tangram Gate is next. So far our sweepers yielded a book, which is great. But that's about it. No recipes or anything thus far. It's a bit annoying. Our intelligence indicates they're a Calvardian terrorist poised to enter Crossbell. Terrorism accomplishes nothing. I get that they have causes they're fighting for, but it doesn't begin to excuse their methods. So trying to get that to sink in for them is a lost cause. Our intelligence indicates they're a Calvardian terrorist poised to enter Crossbell. Dive into a whole rant on the futility of terrorism, but I need to focus on my post. What about that van? Suspicious man van. We're pouring everything we have into the counter-terrorism effort. CGF's honor depends on our ability to prevent any insurgent forces from infiltrating. I bet it does. Situation normal, nothing to report. Now that we have intel on those damn terrorists, we'll stop them before they can make it past Tangram Hill. The CGF won't let danger befall a single hair on any of the dignitaries' heads. Still nothing to report though. Situation normal. Situation is fine. It's fine. When you arrive in the city, please register your parking spot at the Civic Center. Be aware that forgetting to do so is grounds for a citation. Oh, you don't say. Sounds like kind of a hassle. Yeah, I get it. I've heard talks that the terrorists may pop up during the conference, but what's important is how they'll try to get in. They could have accomplished it on the inside already. I can't let my guard down for even a second today. I mean, you'd be planning this for a long time. You wouldn't be just trying to get in on the day. That would be dumb, surely. Come on, Grandpa. Stop talking about all that boring stuff and get some food already. I wonder how today's trade conference will go. I'll have to see if I can get a hold of a copy of the next Crossbell Times once we get back to the Republic. The guardsmen have been more fired up than usual with these counter-terrorism preparations. I just hope they don't forget to come here and eat. They're going to need the calories. No job for you. March on well, soldier. Already got that. That's the only problem from week to week. I don't remember what I picked up. What frightens me about terrorism is that those people really believe they're doing the right thing. They're willing to make any sacrifice without remorse in the name of their cause. Frankly, they can all go to Gehenna. I hope the CGF stops those radicals cold and puts them in their place. Terrorists are willing to make any sacrifice in the name of their cause. That's the crux of their ideology. Gonna put them in their place, are we? I think we should go over to the other gate, do that bit, and then go Ursula way and beat that monster. What do you reckon? For our next planned place of heading. Trying to intersperse our quests. Deputy Commander Douglas is currently at Bellguard Gate discussing counter-terrorism measures for the trade conference. We need to make sure our security strategy is flawless in time for the main session. Over there, are you? Right, no one should be out here as usual. That looks like this gate is pretty much done. And it looks to me, perfectly honestly, like there's an event going on, or going down, at the other side. Hidden away in Tangram Hill's scenic terrain is a monitoring facility. With it, Tangram Gate can detect any approaching cars or airships before they get here. That alone isn't going to stop them, but you don't need to worry. No terrorist is getting into Crossbell on our watch. According to the police intel we received, there's a high chance terrorists will try to enter Crossbell. Tell you the truth, I hope nothing comes of it. I'm not confident I can square off with a dangerous crowd like that. Please, Goddess, let this day end peacefully for Crossbell. I'm just gonna say, you've got a fort. And terrorists shouldn't be toting tanks. Do you know what I mean? Or airships. Fingers crossed, you know? If they are, well, welp. What are you gonna do? But... Alright, let's swing over the other side. Foreigners can't be detained for very long because of the leniency policies built into our state laws. A lot of criminals from the Empire and the Republic know that, so they flock to Crossbell to exploit it. Hopefully, some of the new mayor's proposed reforms will change things a bit. Still, I know we have a long way to go to fix the system. Yes, we do need to be able to... It's the weirdest thing, isn't it? Say this in a normal way, and it's bad. Because it is. Like, oh, we need a way to detain those foreigners. That's bad if I say that, because we've already got, like... But in this game, of course, it's good, because we can't literally do anything to people breaking the law. They just get let go. They can do as much crime as they want, really. Which is bad. They're running roughshod over Crossbell. Police Academy's curriculum runs for about 6 months straight. Classes are divided between lectures and practical training. After graduation, our cadets are assigned to a police division suited to their merits. In other words, this is where the CPD's little fledglings first learn to flap their wings and grow strong enough to fly. Nothing can make me prouder. Don't have any more to give you, do I? I couldn't be prouder to work here at the Police Academy. Doesn't look like anyone's here this time. Still getting the Sport NX. Morale amongst the cadets has been at an all-time high the last several months. The fact that the police played a pivotal role in resolving the cold incident this past spring must have something to do with it. It's up to you full-time officers and detectives to lead by example and pave the way for your successors. Don't jinx it, Olis. But that's what I do. It's what I do. Maybe I should see what recipes I can make at this point. A braised stew, you say? You haven't made good or bad of it thus far. Supposedly you're the worst at it. But you also have a effort on. Three days, Stu? We proc the 70%. Or whatever it is. Abominable stew. Life is good. CP plus 15. We got both from TO alone, so that works out. What a swing! A belly full hot pot. Supposedly Randy's really good at this. Oh, not that good. He didn't make the best one. Mountaineer's meal. He made the worst one? Hey, what does crown mean? Cornucopia hot pot. Oh, have you got the other one? God damn it. Well, we made it. Cornucopia hot pot. Pies of plenty is Randy's again. Cosmic ocean hot pot. Yeah, it did sound like the good one. Let's see if he was going to do the worst one then. Fried fish. Who's best at this? Randy doesn't seem too good at it. Lloyd is best. Turbo fry. Milk potage. We haven't got the ingredients for it. Bellberry juice. While Z's best, Noel is worst. We only need to make the worst one. You do have thingy, don't you? Oh no, you didn't have the worst one. What you did? Wait, so you're telling me you randomly with the crown managed to proc out the worst one? How's that work? I don't understand anymore. The worst is Wazzy. Riverman's meal. Fried fish. You're the worst of that. You just don't like fish. Ah, yes. Fish in the cocktail shaker. Sergeant Needles. Attack strength 300, line KO, 25% ain't bad. Bellberry juice. So we need to make the worst. Yep, that's how you make juice for some purple liquid. Definitely use a rolling pin. 100%. That is how this is going to go down. Alright, abominable stew we can hand in to Juan and the Ribbonman's meal and the purple liquid 2. And we've handed in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've handed in 10. We don't even get rewards anymore. This sucks. You prefer your haddock shaken and not stirred. Lovely. My name is Bond, and I've gone out for a fish meal. I mean, maybe Noelle was pressing the fruit, right? With a rolling pin. Maybe there was rivulets in the chopping board to let it run down into a container. Maybe she's next level. Deputy Commander Douglas is one of the strongest close quarters fighters the CGF has to offer. Boy, what I'd give to have a chance to spar with him. Now you mention it, we just tussled with him the other day. The old coot's as strong as ever. What? Really? Alright then, Rennie, how about you do the same with me? I want to test my mettle against the best of the best. Easy there, Loggins. If you've got the energy to square up, you should use it to keep watch. Oh, I guess you got a point. My duties need to be my primary focus right now. Next time, though. You and I are finally going to have that rematch, Randy. Sure, if I even remember this conversation. It was decided at the last minute that we needed to beef up security at the borders for today's conference. Deputy Commander Douglas came from Tangram Gate to talk it over with the commander. They're meeting right now, in fact. Anyone else in the complex? Nope. This inspection is painfully slow. I don't care if it's to protect against terrorism. It's just a nuisance as far as I'm concerned. It inconveniences me. Screw your country. I hope we can go home soon. Let's see. 0 hits on the detector and no dangerous objects sighted. I'll check under the car too, just to be safe. I like Guardsman Sig. Guardsman Sig is thorough. We've been ordered to tighten our security checks in response to new intel about a terrorist threat. The system we have in place today should make it impossible for them to infiltrate the state by ground. We even have radar facilities nearby to monitor air traffic. The CGF may not have airships, but we'll do what we can to protect Crossbell's skies. What are you going to do, point at them? Crossbell and state law stipulates that the CGF isn't allowed to have airships. It's unfortunate. It would go a long way toward protecting Crossbell's skies. Really would, wouldn't it? Today I'm going to show Stella just how good of a guardsman I can be. Those terrorists can try all they want. I'll never let them put my darling in danger. Word is that some terrorists might try and sneak into Crossbell. That explains why security is tighter than usual. I just hope nothing bad happens to the guardsmen. No extra dialogue about their relationship still. Is it progressing? Today's the main session of that big trade conference at Orcus Tower. CGF has to stay out of open sight during the proceedings, though, to avoid making waves for the Empire and Republic. Still, this is a major international conference taking place on our soil. I hope they manage to keep things safe from the fringes. Well, let's head upwards towards an obvious event. I say obvious, it might not be. Yeah, we've already got it. How many more times will I check that before the game ends? Commander Bells and Deputy Commander Douglas are having a meeting to discuss counter-terrorism measures right now. Try not to disturb them, alright? Wow, Miriel doesn't want to speak. Disturb! And that's what we've learned from our vetted source at the CPD. It would be wise to presume that terrorists will attempt to infiltrate the conference in some fashion. Dealing with them will be troublesome, no doubt. Very well, we'll strengthen security at Tangram Gate and remain vigilant. Please do. You should also be aware that there is a possibility they will attempt to enter by airship. Make good use of the surveillance facility set up near your end of the border. The anti-aircraft radar, you mean? Understood. I'll contact the officer on duty immediately. From the sound of it, the commander and deputy commander are discussing security strategy. Yes, it would appear counter-terrorism measures are being given top priority. They say something about radars. Wasn't aware the CGF had gizmos like that now. As I recall, they were stationed near each of the border gates. I've never personally handled them, though. Foundation installed them in Crossbell a while back, I'm told. They are high-performance devices and should thus provide sufficient airspace coverage within the state. That's impressive. I suppose we can rest a tiny bit easier with those things around. Commander Bells and Deputy Commander Douglas are discussing counter-terrorism measures. Let's not interrupt them. Yes, sir. I'll be a good boy just this once.